Hi, I'm Dano, and today I'm going to show you how to play Blinding Lights by The Weeknd on the piano. Weeknd. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. This thing. I'll show you an easy version for beginners and a more advanced version too. But before we get started, make sure you click the subscribe button. Okay. Better do what they say. Oh God, all right. Okay, and click the little bell icon down there too so YouTube will notify you when I make my next video. Happy now? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, me too, that's nice. So, here we go. You can see on the screen, I'll put up the music here. It's pretty simple. So let's start with the easy version. On the right hand, we're going to have our hand up here on the C minor position, which is C, D, E flat, F, and G. And that means just keep your hand there. You don't have to move around. The first two lines are repeated. So it's the same thing, and you don't have to move your hand from there. So the notes are pretty simple also. It's just F, F, E flat, F, G, then C, E flat, like this. Okay, so you're going to do that twice. Then for the third and fourth lines, you're going to move your hand up to the E flat position, E flat major, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. So you're going to keep your hand there for the second two lines because that's also just basically repeated except for the last note. So that just goes B flat, G, F, E flat. Do that twice. Then end on the F. And that's the whole thing. If you can play Jingle Bells or Hot Cross Buns or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, then you can play this. So that's all there is to the right hand. The left hand, for the easy version, we're going to play octaves. And we're just going to play the root of the chords, which, as you saw previously, it's an F minor. That's not F minor. It's F minor like this. F minor, C minor, then E flat major and B flat major. Those are just the chords. It's not what you're playing on the right hand. I'm just playing the chords so you can hear what it sounds like. So on the left hand, we're going to do octaves, and you're going to hit each note 8 times. So F 8 times, then C 8 times, E flat, B flat. Okay, that's it. That's the whole thing. So I'll play it hands together now, a little bit more slowly so you can see what that sounds like. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so something that's a little bit important to make it sound better is to play the rightmost foot pedal. If you're on an electronic keyboard and there's only one pedal, it's probably the same thing as what the rightmost pedal is on the piano, which is the sustain pedal. And that means when you play a note, it will keep playing even when you let go of it. Normally, if I play a note and I hold it, you continue to hear the note, but when I let go, it stops playing. When you hold the rightmost pedal down, the sustain pedal, you continue to hear the sound like this. See, I let go, but we can still hear the sound. If you don't know how to play the right pedal and you don't know really when to press it or when to let it go, for the easy version, it's really simple. Whenever your left hand moves to another note, let it go and put it back down again. So let's come up with a name for that. For up and down real quick, so I don't have to say up and down real quick every time I want to tell you when to do it. Well, I was going to say clap, but that already means something. Clap. So how about like clop? I like that. So when I say clop, that means lift like a horse. Lift your foot and put it back down again on the rightmost pedal. So when we first start playing, press the pedal and hold it. And then when I move my left hand to the C, I'll say clop, and then you lift and push your foot again right away. So I'm going to play a little bit faster this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clop. Clop. That makes it all sort of blend together. If you don't do that, it sounds really dry. Here, I'll play it without pressing the pedal at all. And you can try to emulate the pedal by holding the notes for as long as possible before letting go and playing the next note, but it doesn't compare to when you press the pedal. Here, I'll try to emulate the pedal without pressing the pedal, just by holding the notes longer. So it's better than not doing it at all, but if you have a pedal, you should be clopping on it. Hashtag clop the pedal. Okay, let's move on to a little bit more advanced version. There's going to be two changes, one on the left hand and one on the right hand. On the left hand, what we're going to do is, instead of just playing those eighth notes or playing those notes 8 times, we're going to play a rhythm between the pinky and the thumb. Why? Why are we doing this? Okay, because the piano is not just a harmonic or melodic instrument. So it doesn't just play notes. It's hammers hitting strings. It's literally hammers hitting strings. So it's also a rhythmic instrument. You can play rhythms on the piano. So on the real version, there are drums and there's keyboards and there's a bunch of other instruments. Obviously here we just have the piano. So to emulate part of the drum rhythm, we're going to play a rhythmic pattern in the left hand. Okay? And in the song, when you listen to it, the drums kind of sound a little bit like this. It goes. When I hit this left hand, it's sort of a lower tone, maybe like the kick drum. And when I play this, the thumb, it's a little bit higher tone, sort of like the snare drum. So it's like kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. But obviously I can't do this with my hands on the piano and play the notes at the same time. So what I'm going to do is play that pattern, but between my pinky and my thumb on my left hand. So to show you what that will look like, it will be pinky, thumb, pinky, pinky, thumb, pinky, thumb, pinky, pinky, thumb. Now I'll play it on the notes and you can hear it. So that makes it a little more interesting and gives it more drive, the same sort of way that the drums feel when you hear the actual recording of the song. So what I'll do now is play the same right hand like I did before, the easy version of the right hand or the upper notes, and play the new, a little bit more intricate version of the left hand notes, so you'll hear a difference. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, so that little bit at the end that he walks down this scale. So you can do that also to add a little bit of spice to the end of that there. Okay, so I'll play it the old way, the original, the simple way, and then I'll change it to the more complicated way so you can hear the difference between them. So here's the original way we started out. Now I'll switch. Okay, so that was a little bit more complicated way to play the left hand. What we're going to do on the right hand is, instead of just playing a single line, a single note at a time, we're going to play chords and the line at the same time. So as we saw in the music that I showed you on the screen, the first chord is an F minor chord, or an F minor 7 if you like. So normally I would play that chord like this, with a F up top and with my pinky, and then a C here and an A flat here. But this time I'm going to play that with my ring finger up top instead of with my pinky, which is weird. It looks weird. You can probably see it on the camera. It looks really strange. Why would I do that? Because I need to use these three fingers, to play the melody line. So here's how I'm going to play it. The melody is going to stay the same. But in between, I'm going to play this chord a few times, like this. Okay? There's no rule, there's no law as to how many times you have to play the chord or when you play the chord. I just do it sort of by feel because I've been playing piano for a long time. But play it every note if you like, or try it, experiment a little bit. Play it every note, play it every other note, play it sometimes, don't play it others. So if I try to play it every single note, you'll see it sounds a little bit busy and complex, like this. That's kind of a lot. So I don't play every single one, but most of them. So now that's the first chord, is an F minor chord, no problem. The second chord is a C minor chord. And the problem is the melody starts on an F, and there is no F in a C minor chord. But what you can do is, or this is what I do anyway, I play the C minor chord like this with a G in the bottom, then a C and then an E flat. And then I'm going to play the F with my ring finger. Okay? By the way, this chord that I'm playing here on my right hand is a C chord in second inversion. And the first chord that I played was an F minor chord in first inversion. If you want to learn about inversions, you can see my 90-second music theory video about chord inversions. It's really only 90 seconds. Okay, so the first chord, like we said, is this F minor chord. The second one's a C minor chord with an F up at the top. And we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to play the melody and just kind of hit these chords whenever we feel like it. Okay? I'm going to play those first two lines hands together using the new more complicated bass line and the new more complicated right hand line with chords. I'll play it slower so that you can follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, then we're going to move up to the E flat, and the way that I play that is I'm going to play this E flat chord like this. B flat on the bottom, E flat, G, B flat up top. And we're going to do similar to before. We're going to play the melody line with the chords at the same time. Do that twice. And then the last chord is a B flat major chord. So I'm just going to do that. If you're going to play the rest of the song, like you want to play the song all the way through, the only thing I would do after that is continue to play the rhythm in the left hand. On the right hand, I'm just going to play the chords that I showed you before and just hold them out for a little while. So this is how I play the F minor 7 chord. F, E flat, C, A flat. And then a C minor chord, G, E flat, C, B flat. Then this is an E flat and B flat. Okay? So I'm going to play the a little bit more advanced version with both hands together and up to speed so you can hear what that sounds like. Okay, so that would go, we start in the C minor position. We're going to play the chord, the F minor. The first chord is an F minor chord. But when you're playing the simple version, you want your hand to be in the C minor position. If that sounds complicated and you don't know what I'm talking about, tell me in the comments you're crazy and I don't know what you're talking about, and explain further. So the more complicated version, this is F minor chord with my ring finger up on the top. So I think the tempo is sort of like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there you have 2 ways to play. Yes, they know how YouTube works. Oh, no. Okay. Please just click the little bell icon down there. Click the bell. Ow. Thank you.
But don't smoke, just click the thumbs up. But don't smoke, just click the thumbs up. But don't smoke, just click the thumbs up. But don't smoke, just click the